Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by asking you a question. Have you ever worked under someone who made you say, man, if I were in their shoes, I'd do it so much better? Be honest now, because I know I have. But here's the real question. When the time comes, will you step up and become the leader you always wished for? See, leadership isn't about having a fancy title or sitting in the biggest chair in the room. It's about responsibility, it's about service, and it's about heart. True leadership is about being the kind of person who makes everyone around you believe in themselves more than they ever thought possible. Let me tell you something I've learned. The best leaders aren't perfect, they're present. They don't have all the answers, but they listen like they care about every single question. They don't lead with ego, they lead with empathy. You know what people need in a leader? Someone who sees them, not just their name tag or their job title. No, I'm talking about someone who sees their dreams, their struggles, their potential. People need a leader who walks the walk, not someone who points the way and says, good luck. Now, some of you might be sitting here thinking, I'm not a leader, but let me tell you something. Leadership isn't a position, it's a decision. You don't need a corner office to lead. You don't need a team of 100 people to lead. You just need to make a choice to step up in your own life and say, if no one else will, I will. Be the kind of leader who inspires others to rise. Be the kind of leader who creates an environment where failure isn't fatal and success is shared. Be the kind of leader who doesn't just focus on climbing the ladder, but make sure to pull people up with you. Here's the secret. You already have everything you need to be that kind of leader. You've got your experiences, both good and bad. You've got the lessons life has thrown at you. You've got that fire inside you that says, I can make a difference. All you have to do is light it. So the next time you look around and think, I wish I had someone to guide me, to believe in me, to push me, remember this, that someone can be you. Don't wait for someone else to lead the way. Be the example, be the light, be the leader you always wished you had, and watch how it changes not only the people around you, but the very course of your life. Thank you. Leadership is about responsibility, not titles. At its core, leadership isn't about the position you hold or the title on your business card. It's about the willingness to take on responsibility and make a difference. Many people mistakenly believe that leadership comes with authority or power, but the truth is, it begins with accountability. It's about standing up and saying, I'll take care of this, even when it's hard, uncomfortable, or not your direct duty. Titles may open doors, but they don't automatically inspire trust or respect. People follow leaders who show a commitment to responsibility, regardless of their official rank. In today's world, leadership often gets glamorized as being the one in charge, the person who makes the big decisions or commands attention in a room. But if you strip away the pomp and circumstance, what remains is a simple truth. Leaders are the ones who take ownership. They take ownership of problems, challenges, and most importantly, solutions. They don't wait for someone else to step up. They don't point fingers or deflect blame. Instead, they embrace the responsibility of guiding others and finding a way forward. This mindset is what separates leaders from the rest. Responsibility in leadership is about more than just doing your job. It's about being accountable for the well-being of the people around you and the outcomes of the team, organization, or community you serve. It's about caring enough to ensure that the people under your guidance are equipped, motivated, and empowered to succeed. Great leaders understand that their success is tied to the success of those they lead. They don't see leadership as a way to boost their ego or personal status, but as a way to uplift others and drive collective progress. One of the hallmarks of true leadership is the ability to face challenges head-on without shying away from the weight of responsibility. This doesn't mean leaders have to have all the answers or be perfect. Far from it. Leadership is about navigating through uncertainty, owning up to mistakes, and being willing to make tough decisions when the stakes are high. A leader who embraces responsibility is someone others can rely on, even in the most difficult times. This reliability fosters trust and loyalty, which are the bedrocks of effective leadership. It's important to recognize that responsibility in leadership is not just about external actions, it's also deeply personal. It requires self-awareness and a willingness to hold oneself accountable before asking the same of others. A responsible leader is someone who reflects on their actions, learns from their mistakes, and continuously strives to improve. This level of self-accountability sets the tone for the entire team. When people see their leader owning up to their shortcomings and actively working to grow, it creates a culture of transparency and mutual respect. Leadership that prioritizes responsibility also means putting the needs of others ahead of your own. It's about servant leadership, where the primary focus is on serving the people you lead rather than being served by them. This approach flips the traditional view of leadership on its head. Instead of seeing the role as a position of privilege, it becomes a position of duty. If leaders who take responsibility for their teams are willing to roll up their sleeves and do the hard work alongside everyone else, they lead by example, showing that no task is beneath them and no challenge is too daunting to tackle together. Taking responsibility as a leader also means being proactive rather than reactive. It's about anticipating problems before they arise and working to prevent them rather than waiting for things to go wrong and scrambling for solutions. Proactive leaders demonstrate foresight, which not only makes their teams more effective, but also instills confidence. People want to follow leaders who are prepared, who have a plan, and who are ready to take charge when the unexpected happens. Another critical aspect of responsibility in leadership is the willingness to make decisions. Leadership often involves making choices that affect not just yourself, but everyone around you. These decisions can be daunting, especially when the outcomes are uncertain. However, responsible leaders understand that avoiding decisions out of fear or indecision can be more damaging than making a wrong choice. They take the time to weigh the options, consult with others when necessary, and then take action. Even when decisions don't lead to the desired outcomes, a responsible leader takes ownership of the results and works to find a better path forward. Effective leaders also recognize the importance of taking responsibility for communication. Clear and honest communication is essential in any leadership role. It's not enough to issue directives or pass along information. Leaders must ensure that their message is understood and that they're listening to the feedback and concerns of their team. When communication breaks down, it often leads to confusion, frustration, and missed opportunities. A responsible leader takes the time to ensure that everyone is on the same page and feels heard. Responsibility in leadership extends to fostering a positive and inclusive environment. It's not just about achieving goals or meeting targets. It's also about creating a culture where everyone feels valued and respected. Leaders who take responsibility for their workplace culture understand that their actions set the tone. They actively work to address issues like discrimination, inequality, or toxic behavior, knowing that these issues can undermine the well-being and productivity of their teams. They create spaces where people can bring their full selves to work and thrive. Moreover, responsible leaders are committed to developing others. They see the potential in those they lead and take it upon themselves to nurture that potential. This might involve mentoring, providing growth opportunities, or simply encouraging someone to step out of their comfort zone. By taking responsibility for the development of their team members, leaders not only strengthen their organization, but also contribute to the personal and professional growth of individuals. This is one of the most rewarding aspects of leadership, as it allows leaders to leave a lasting impact that extends far beyond their immediate role. Finally, responsibility in leadership is about resilience. Leadership comes with challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. A responsible leader doesn't crumble under the pressure. Instead, they rise to the occasion. They demonstrate the kind of resilience that inspires others to keep going even when things get tough. This resilience isn't about suppressing emotions or pretending everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the difficulties, finding strength in the face of adversity, and leading with courage and conviction. True leaders lead with empathy and presence. Leadership is not about issuing commands from a distance or directing others without understanding their experiences. It's about being there, fully engaged, and deeply connected to the people you lead. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, and presence is the act of showing up mentally, emotionally, and physically. Together, these qualities create a foundation for authentic and impactful leadership. People don't follow leaders because of their authority or power alone. They follow because they feel seen, heard, and valued. A leader who leads with empathy and presence builds trust, strengthens relationships, and fosters a sense of belonging that motivates individuals to do their best work. Empathy in leadership begins with listening, not just hearing words, but truly understanding the emotions, perspectives, and concerns behind them. Too often, leaders get caught up in the hustle of deadlines, targets, and metrics, forgetting that the people behind those numbers are human beings with aspirations, fears, and challenges. When leaders take the time to listen without judgment and with genuine curiosity, they demonstrate respect and care. This kind of listening doesn't just create a better connection, it also provides valuable insights into what motivates people, what obstacles they face, and how to support them effectively. Empathy transforms a leader from someone who simply directs tasks into someone who inspires and empowers. Presence, on the other hand, is about being fully engaged in the moment. It's easy to be physically present in a meeting or a conversation while your mind is elsewhere, preoccupied with other concerns. But true leadership presence requires focus and attention. It means putting away distractions, maintaining eye contact, and giving your full attention to the person or task in front of you. When leaders are present, they send a powerful message. You matter. This level of engagement fosters trust and creates a safe environment where people feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and ideas. Empathy and presence also go hand in hand when it comes to understanding the unique needs and challenges of individuals. No two people are exactly alike, and a one-size-fits-all approach to leadership rarely works. Leaders who take the time to understand the unique strengths, weaknesses, and circumstances of each team member can tailor their support to meet those needs. For example, one person might thrive with clear instructions and regular check-ins, while another might prefer more autonomy and flexibility. A leader who leads with empathy recognizes these differences and adapts their approach accordingly. One of the most significant impacts of leading with empathy and presence is the way it strengthens relationships. People are naturally drawn to leaders who show genuine care and concern for their well-being. When employees or team members feel that their leader truly understands and values them, they are more likely to be engaged, loyal, and motivated. This is because empathy creates a sense of psychological safety. A feeling that it's okay to be vulnerable, to ask for help, or to admit mistakes. In such an environment, people are more willing to take risks, share innovative ideas, and collaborate openly, all of which contribute to the success of the team or organization. Leading with empathy and presence also requires humility. It means acknowledging that as a leader, you don't have all the answers, and that you can learn from the experiences and perspectives of others. Humble leaders are willing to admit their mistakes, seek feedback, and make changes based on what they learn. This openness not only enhances their ability to connect with others, but also sets an example for the team. It shows that it's okay to be human, to grow, and to evolve. When leaders model this behavior, they encourage a culture of continuous learning and improvement. Empathy and presence are particularly important during times of change, uncertainty, or crisis. These are the moments when people look to their leaders for guidance, reassurance, and support. A leader who is empathetic acknowledges the challenges and emotions people are experiencing rather than brushing them aside or pretending everything is fine. They provide comfort and understanding, which can help to ease anxiety and build resilience. At the same time, being present allows the leader to address immediate concerns, provide clear communication, and make thoughtful decisions in real time. Together, these qualities enable leaders to navigate difficult situations with grace and effectiveness. Leading with empathy and presence doesn't mean avoiding tough conversations or difficult decisions. On the contrary, it means approaching these situations with compassion and clarity. For example, if a leader needs to address poor performance, they do so not with anger or blame, but with a genuine desire to understand the root cause and help the individual improve. This might involve asking questions like, "What's been challenging for you?" or "How can I support you better?" By showing empathy, the leader creates an opportunity for growth rather than conflict. Similarly, being present in these moments ensures that the leader fully understands the situation and can respond thoughtfully. Another critical aspect of leading with empathy and presence is the ability to manage one's emotions. Leadership can be stressful, and it's easy to let frustration, impatience, or fatigue affect interactions with others. However, empathetic leaders understand the importance of emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize and regulate their emotions and respond to the emotions of others in a constructive way. This self-awareness allows them to remain calm and composed, even in challenging situations, and to approach others with kindness and understanding. By managing their emotions effectively, leaders set a positive tone for their team and create an atmosphere of stability and respect. Empathy and presence also play a vital role in fostering diversity, equity, and inclusion. Leaders who lead with empathy make an effort to understand the experiences of individuals from different backgrounds, cultures, and perspectives. They recognize the value of diverse voices and actively work to create an inclusive environment where everyone feels they belong. This might involve listening to underrepresented voices, addressing systemic barriers, or challenging biases, both their own and those within the organization. By leading with empathy and presence, leaders help to build a culture that celebrates diversity and drives innovation. In today's fast-pacing, technology-driven world, it can be tempting to rely on tools and systems to manage people rather than taking the time to connect with them on a personal level. However, no amount of technology can replace the power of human connection. Empathy and presence remind us that leadership is fundamentally about people. It's about understanding their needs, supporting their growth, and helping them achieve their full potential. These qualities can't be automated or outsourced. They require a genuine commitment to showing up and making a difference in the lives of others. Finally, leading with empathy and presence isn't just beneficial for those being led, it's also transformative for the leader. When leaders take the time to connect with others on a deeper level, they gain a greater understanding of the human experience and a renewed sense of purpose in their work. They also build stronger, more meaningful relationships that enrich their own lives. Leadership starts with a choice, not a position. Many people mistakenly believe that leadership is reserved for those who hold formal titles or occupy positions of authority, but the truth is that leadership begins the moment you decide to take action. It's not about waiting for permission, recognition, or a title to make a difference. It's about stepping up when the opportunity arises and choosing to lead in your own way. Leadership is a mindset and a commitment, not a badge or a title bestowed upon you. Every great leader at some point made the conscious decision to take responsibility and inspire others long before they were officially recognized as leaders. Choosing to lead means deciding to take ownership of your circumstances and finding ways to create a positive impact, regardless of your role. You don't need to be the CEO of a company or the head of a team to demonstrate leadership. You can lead from wherever you are, whether you're a student, an entry-level employee, or someone in the middle of the organizational hierarchy. Leadership starts with identifying a need, a problem, or an opportunity, and making the decision to act on it. It's about being proactive rather than waiting for someone else to take charge. One of the most important aspects of leadership as a choice is the willingness to take initiative. Leaders are not passive observers. They are active participants in creating solutions and driving change. They see what needs to be done and step forward to do it, even when it's outside the scope of their job description or comfort zone. This willingness to act is what sets leaders apart. It's not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about having the courage to try and the determination to see things through. Making the choice to lead also means embracing the responsibility that comes with it. Leadership isn't always easy, and it often involves challenges, sacrifices, and difficult decisions. However, those who choose to lead understand that the rewards of making a difference far outweigh the difficulties. They are willing to take on the burden of responsibility because they believe in the value of their contribution. This sense of purpose drives them to keep going even when the road gets tough. Another key element of choosing to lead is the recognition that leadership is about service. True leaders are not motivated by personal gain or ego. They are motivated by a desire to help others and make a positive impact. They focus on the needs of their team, community, or organization and work tirelessly to support and uplift those around them. This service-oriented mindset is what makes their leadership authentic and effective. People are drawn to leaders who genuinely care about their well-being and are willing to put others before themselves. Leadership as a choice also involves taking responsibility for your own growth and development. Great leaders understand that they are not born with all the skills and qualities needed to lead effectively. They must cultivate them over time. This means being open to learning, seeking out new experiences, and actively working to improve. It's about taking ownership of your personal and professional growth so that you can be the best possible leader for those who look to you for guidance. Choosing to lead often requires stepping outside of your comfort zone. Leadership is rarely a comfortable or predictable journey. It involves taking risks, facing uncertainty, and occasionally making mistakes. However, those who choose to lead embrace these challenges as opportunities for growth. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success, but a stepping stone toward it. By choosing to lead, they demonstrate resilience and adaptability, qualities that inspire confidence and trust in others. Leadership as a choice also means leading by example. People are far more likely to follow someone who practices what they preach than someone who simply talks about leadership. When you choose to lead, you set the standard for others to follow. Your actions, attitudes, and behaviors become a model for those around you. Whether it's showing integrity, demonstrating work ethic, or treating others with respect, leading by example is one of the most powerful ways to inspire and influence others. Another critical aspect of leadership as a choice is the ability to influence without authority. Many people assume that you need a formal title or position to have influence, but this is not the case. True influence comes from earning the trust and respect of others through your actions and character. When you choose to lead, you focus on building relationships, fostering collaboration, and creating an environment where others feel empowered to contribute their best. This type of influence is far more enduring and impactful than any authority that comes with a title. Choosing to lead Also means being willing to stand up for what you believe in, even when it's not the popular or easy thing to do. Leadership often involves making tough calls and taking a stand on important issues. This requires courage, conviction, and a strong sense of values. Those who choose to lead are guided by a clear sense of purpose and are not afraid to speak up or take action when the situation demands it. Their willingness to act in alignment with their principles inspires others to do the same. Leadership as a choice is not just about what you do, it's also about how you make others feel. Great leaders understand the importance of building trust, fostering connection, and showing empathy. They create an environment where people feel valued, supported, and empowered. By choosing to lead in this way, they inspire loyalty and commitment from those around them. Leadership is not about controlling others. It's about inspiring them to reach their full potential. When you choose to lead, you also choose to embrace a long-term perspective. Leadership is not about quick fixes or short-term gains. It's about building a vision for the future and working steadily toward it. This requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to invest in others. Leaders who take the long view understand that their impact extends far beyond immediate results. They are focused on creating lasting change and leaving a legacy that benefits others long after they are gone. Finally, choosing to lead means recognizing that leadership is a journey, not a destination. It's not about achieving a certain status or reaching a specific goal. It's about continually growing, learning, and evolving. Each day presents new opportunities to lead, whether it's by solving a problem, supporting a colleague, or simply being a positive influence. By embracing leadership as a choice, you open yourself up to endless possibilities for growth and impact. Be the example you wish others had. Leadership is not just about words or directives. It is fundamentally about actions. People don't just listen to what leaders say, they watch what they do. The most effective leaders are those who consistently model the qualities, behaviors, and standards they want to see in others. They don't demand respect, they earn it. They don't expect others to work harder, be more accountable, or show greater integrity than they do themselves. Instead, they set the tone by embodying the very principles they advocate, inspiring others to follow their lead through their example. Being the example begins with understanding that leadership is a form of influence, and influence is rooted in trust and authenticity. When leaders demonstrate the qualities they wish to cultivate in others, they build credibility. People are far more likely to respect and follow someone whose actions align with their words. For instance, a leader who expects their team to be punctual must be punctual themselves. A leader who values open communication must create an environment where feedback is welcomed and voices are heard. Every action, no matter how small, sends a message about what the leader truly values. Leading by example also means maintaining high standards for yourself, even when no one is watching. True character is revealed not in moments of visibility, but in moments of solitude. The way a leader handles challenges, setbacks, and even mundane tasks speaks volumes about their commitment to their values. For instance, a leader who remains calm and composed during a crisis demonstrates resilience and focus, qualities that their team is likely to emulate. Similarly, a leader who takes ownership of mistakes rather than shifting blame teaches accountability and humility. These moments, though seemingly ordinary, have a profound impact on how others perceive and respond to leadership. Being the example requires consistency. It's not enough to occasionally demonstrate positive qualities or behaviors. True leadership involves living out your values every day, in every interaction. Inconsistency can erode trust, as people may begin to question whether the leader's actions are genuine or situational. For example, a leader who emphasizes the importance of teamwork but consistently isolates themselves or takes credit for group efforts sends mixed messages. On the other hand, a leader who consistently recognizes and celebrates the contributions of others reinforces a culture of collaboration and mutual respect. One of the most important aspects of being the example is showing integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing even when it's difficult or inconvenient. It means being honest, transparent, and fair in your dealings with others. Leaders with integrity set a standard that encourages others to act with honesty and fairness as well. When people see their leader consistently upholding ethical principles, even in the face of pressure or temptation, they are more likely to follow suit. Integrity builds a foundation of trust, which is essential for any successful team or organization. Another critical element of being the example is demonstrating empathy and respect for others. Leadership is not about being above others, it's about being alongside them. A leader who listens actively, seeks to understand different perspectives, and treats everyone with dignity creates an environment of inclusion and belonging. This kind of leadership fosters loyalty and inspires people to go above and beyond. When team members feel valued and respected, they are more likely to replicate those behaviors in their interactions with others, creating a positive ripple effect throughout the organization. Being the example also means embracing a growth mindset. Leaders who are willing to learn, adapt, and improve show others that growth is a continuous process. This might involve seeking feedback, admitting when you don't have all the answers, or being open to new ideas and perspectives. When leaders demonstrate a commitment to their own development, they encourage others to do the same. For instance, a leader who takes the time to learn a new skill or stay updated on industry trends sets an example of curiosity and adaptability. This not only benefits the leader, but also inspires the team to prioritize their own learning and growth. Leaders who lead by example also understand the importance of hard work and dedication. They don't shy away from rolling up their sleeves and getting involved in the day-to-day efforts of their team. This doesn't mean micromanaging or taking over tasks that others are capable of handling, but rather showing that no job is beneath them and that they are willing to contribute wherever needed. A leader who is willing to put in the effort inspires others to do the same and inspires others to do the same. People are more likely to give their best when they see their leader working alongside them with the same level of commitment. Being the example extends to how leaders handle adversity. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but how a leader responds to them sets the tone for the entire team. A leader who remains optimistic, solution-focused, and resilient in the face of difficulties demonstrates that challenges are opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. This attitude is contagious and can inspire the team to approach problems with confidence and creativity. Conversely, a leader who reacts with panic or negativity can undermine the team's morale and ability to persevere. Leaders who set an example also prioritize accountability. They take responsibility for their actions, decisions, and the outcomes they produce. When things go wrong, they don't look for scapegoats. Instead, they own up to their mistakes and focus on finding solutions. This level of accountability encourages others to do the same, creating a culture of trust and transparency. For example, a leader who admits when they've made an error and works to correct it sends a powerful message that mistakes are part of the learning process and that accountability is more important than perfection. Another aspect of being the example is showing appreciation and gratitude. Great leaders recognize the contributions of their team and take the time to acknowledge and celebrate their efforts. This might involve a simple thank you, a public recognition, or a thoughtful gesture. When leaders consistently demonstrate gratitude, they create an environment where people feel valued and motivated to continue giving their best. This culture of appreciation starts with the leader and spreads throughout the team, fostering a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. Leaders who lead by example also prioritize balance and well-being. They understand that their actions influence not only how people work, but also how they take care of themselves. A leader who prioritizes self-care, sets boundaries, and encourages others to do the same creates a healthier and more sustainable work environment. For instance, a leader who takes time off when needed and respects the work-life balance of their team members sets a standard that prioritizes overall well-being. This demonstrates that success is not just about output, but also about maintaining a healthy and fulfilling life. Finally, being the example involves having a clear vision and staying true to it. Leaders who articulate a compelling vision and align their actions with that vision inspire others to join them on the journey. They don't just talk about goals, they work toward them with determination and focus. Their commitment to the vision serves as a guiding light for others, motivating them to stay on course even when faced with challenges or distractions. A leader who consistently embodies the values and purpose of the organization creates a sense of unity and shared purpose that drives success. Leadership requires courage, not just charisma. It is easy to associate leadership with qualities like charm, eloquence, and the ability to inspire through words. But true leadership runs much deeper. At its core, leadership is about having the courage to face challenges, make tough decisions, and stand firm in your convictions, even when the path forward is uncertain or unpopular. Courage is what separates those who lead from those who merely follow. It is the willingness to take risks, to act with integrity, and to confront adversity head-on. Without courage, even the most charismatic individual will struggle to lead effectively. Courage in leadership often begins with the ability to embrace vulnerability. Many people view vulnerability as a weakness, but it is in fact a strength. A leader who is willing to admit they don't have all the answers or that they've made a mistake demonstrates authenticity and humility. This kind of courage fosters trust because it shows that the leader is human and approachable. It encourages others to be honest about their own challenges and fosters an environment of openness and collaboration. Leaders who can be vulnerable create a foundation for deeper connections and stronger relationships, which are essential for achieving collective success. Another aspect of courage in leadership is the ability to take responsibility. True leaders do not shy away from accountability. They own their decisions, actions, and outcomes, even when things don't go as planned. This level of responsibility requires bravery, especially in situations where admitting fault or failure might feel risky. However, when leaders step up and take ownership, they set a powerful example for others to follow. They show that accountability is not something to fear, but a necessary part of growth and learning. This courageous act of taking responsibility creates a culture of trust and respect, where people feel safe to take initiative without fear of undue blame. Courageous leaders are also willing to make difficult decisions. Leadership often involves navigating complex situations where there are no easy answers or perfect solutions. In such moments, a leader must have the courage to weigh the options, consider the potential consequences, and choose the best course of action, even when it's not the most popular one. This might involve making decisions that challenge the status quo, standing up for what is right in the face of opposition, or prioritizing long-term goals over short-term gains. These decisions require inner strength and resolve, as they often come with criticism, pushback, or uncertainty. However, it is in these moments that true leadership is tested and defined. One of the most challenging aspects of leadership is confronting fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown. Courageous leaders understand that fear is a natural part of the journey, but they don't let it hold them back. Instead, they face their fears with determination and a willingness to learn. They recognize that growth often lies on the other side of discomfort and that taking risk is essential for progress. This doesn't mean acting recklessly or without preparation. Rather, It means stepping out of their comfort zones and embracing opportunities, even when success is not guaranteed. By doing so, they inspire others to do the same and create a culture of innovation and resilience. Courage in leadership also involves advocating for others, particularly those who may not have a voice. Leaders have a responsibility to stand up for what is just and equitable, even when it's difficult or unpopular. This might mean addressing systemic inequalities, challenging unfair practices, or supporting marginalized groups. Taking a stand for others requires bravery because it often involves challenging deeply ingrained norms or confronting powerful interests. However, courageous leaders understand that true leadership is not about self-interest. It is about creating positive change for the greater good. Another key element of courage in leadership is resilience. Leaders face setbacks, failures, and criticism as part of their journey. What sets them apart is their ability to persevere in the face of adversity. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about finding the strength to keep going despite them. This might involve learning from mistakes, adapting to changing circumstances, or maintaining focus on the vision even when progress feels slow. Resilient leaders demonstrate to others that challenges are not the end of the road, but opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. Their courage to persist, even in the toughest times, inspires confidence and determination in those around them. Courageous leaders also have the ability to challenge themselves and others to think differently. They are not afraid to question conventional wisdom, explore new ideas, or experiment with innovative approaches. This kind of courage requires intellectual curiosity and a willingness to embrace uncertainty. Leaders who are willing to challenge the status quo open the door to creativity and progress, even if it means venturing into uncharted territory. By encouraging others to think critically and take calculated risks, they create an environment where innovation thrives. Communication is another area where courage is vital for leadership. It takes bravery to deliver honest feedback, address difficult conversations, or speak up about uncomfortable truths. Leaders who communicate with courage are willing to say what needs to be said, even when it's not easy or pleasant. However, they do so with empathy and respect, ensuring that their message is constructive and supportive. This kind of courageous communication builds trust and strengthens relationships, as it shows a commitment to transparency and mutual understanding. Courage also plays a critical role in empowering others. Leaders who have the courage to delegate, trust their team, and encourage independence foster a sense of ownership and confidence among those they lead. Empowering others means letting go of control and allowing people to take initiative and make decisions. While this can be daunting, especially for leaders who are used to being hands-on, it ultimately leads to greater growth and development within the team. Courageous leaders recognize that their role is not to do everything themselves, but to create an environment where everyone can succeed. Finally, courage in leadership involves staying true to one's values and principles, even in the face of pressure or temptation to compromise. Leaders are often faced with situations where doing the right thing is not the easiest or most convenient option. However, courageous leaders remain steadfast in their commitment to integrity and ethics. They are willing to make sacrifices, face criticism, or endure setbacks to uphold their principles. This unwavering commitment to doing what is right earns the respect and loyalty of those they lead and sets a powerful example for others to follow.